Hey, Christy Renee here with Mind Rewire and Christy Renee Healing Ministries. And I just jumped on my YouTube studio, which I have not done in a few minutes because a lot of things came up in the last couple of weeks that I was attending to. But there's a lot of unanswered messages, so I apologize to all of you. And one of the first ones that I read said, "Hey, Christy Mattoon, can you teach me correct breathing?" I have been working super hard on that one. So yeah, let's go over that real quick. And this is my understanding. This is not what GM taught me, GM Wolf. Although I have heard from him recently. I got a beautiful email the other day from him, and wherever he's at, he is there for right now. He said he's had a wonderful, I think it was 6 months or so that he took to do his stuff and get to where he was going. So hopefully we'll be able to get back in with him soon and do some more work. But until then, let's work on our breathing. So here's what I have been doing for breathing. So typically I've taught that, with the sternum, in the front of your chest, you've got joints, right, that attach your rib cage, and then again at the back, at your spine on either side. So there's 4 sets of joints that attach your ribs to your sternum in the front, 2 in the front, 2 in the back at the spine. And those should move. They should open and close like a bevel. So when you breathe, when you inhale, your rib cage should open. The problem is most people breathe through their nose, right? And I'm not talking about a nose or mouth issue. I'm talking about a diaphragm pelvic floor issue. So what I have learned since my death experience is that my breathing is really insufficient. I can get a nice deep breath in through my nose. My sinuses are very clear at this point. And I can get that nice deep breath in and expand everything, but my diaphragm and my pelvic floor aren't moving the way they're supposed to. So here's how I want you to think of it. When you inhale, pelvic floor should drop, which means your diaphragm is pulling down, and what that's actually doing is pulling oxygen in through your nose or your mouth, depending on how you're breathing, and expanding your rib cage because your lungs expand. Pelvic floor drops, diaphragm pulls down, and that's what's pulling oxygen into your body. It's not like you're sucking it in, although you can do that. So what you want to practice is you want to practice feeling at pelvic floor. When you inhale, you should feel your pelvic floor dropping. It will feel like your spine is elongating, right, if you pay attention. So I want you to put awareness on that and just start paying attention to it as you inhale and pelvic floor drops. Then I want you to start noticing your diaphragm. So right underneath your rib cage, let me see if I can show you this and not too awful. So rib cage, my rib cage ends right here. Diaphragm is here. And you'll notice you can push it out, right? So I'm pushing my diaphragm in and out. Sorry. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm kind of silly right now. So when you inhale, pelvic floor drops, and diaphragm should come out. So it would look like this. Yeah? So I want you to put your hand there, inhale through your nose, and feel your diaphragm expand. Oh, I have a sound bath tonight. Oh no, and I paid for that. Doggone it, I'm not gonna make it. There's no way I can get down there in time. It's okay. So I want you to pay attention to that. Pay really particular close attention to that. So when you inhale, pelvic floor drops, diaphragm comes out. When you exhale, it reverses. Diaphragm will go in, pelvic floor will rise. You can feel all of this if you pay attention. So if you're doing deep breathing, I'm doing a big breath in and a long, slow exhale. You can breathe out your nose or out your mouth, whatever you want to do. Long and slow, long and slow, long and slow. Slow it down, slow it down. That calms down the autonomic nervous system. It calms down all by itself. You don't even have to do anything else. It will calm down your autonomic nervous system. Within 3 breaths, if you do 10 or 20 of those, it will sufficiently start to calm you down. If you practice that, if you practice breathing like that, big inhale, nice, long, slow, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Deep exhales, the more you do that, the calmer you will get. And if you practice it, your body will start doing it on its own. Your exhale should be longer than your inhale. Most people inhale longer, exhale little. Exhale longer. Practice exhaling longer. I do 30 of those in the morning, and then 2 or 3 more times during the day. Try to do 30 more. And it's literally wherever you're standing, right? In the morning, I like to stand out on our back patio and watch the sunrise, or maybe it's already up in the air. And then if I'm out walking, I'll stop wherever I'm walking and do my 30 breaths or so and keep going. That calms the system down. If you need to rev the system up, guess what? You can do it with breath. Super cool that you can do that. You can actually energize your system with your breath. How that would look is rapid breathing, right? So it'd be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So like on a 2 count, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It will speed your heart rate up. The long, slow exhale slows your heart rate down. You can actually start to control your heart rate by doing this, but it's practice. Your body might not be used to doing it, right? So however you're used to breathing, you start to alter it by doing these little simple steps. Now, breath work can go way deeper than this. This is just simple basics. And I won't lie to you, it's where I'm at right now. I listened to a guy called Dr. B, and I wish I could remember his full name, but right now I'll just call him Dr. B. And he says when you do that inhale and you do the exhale, the way he was taught, so he's a grandmaster, and how he teaches, I think he calls it dragon breathing or something. His whole program is called dragon breathing. On the exhale, you have a feather in your mouth. And you're breathing out your mouth, and the goal is to not make the feather move. That's how slow you're breathing out, and how deep, right? Get all the air out. Keep breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. I have not got there yet, because I'll get to a certain level on the exhale and I'm like I just feel like there's just nothing left in there. But it's practice, right? You're strengthening the muscles around your rib cage, which I'm really working on right now because they beat the crap out of me getting my heart started again. And you're strengthening the muscles of the pelvic floor, which a lot of people have something called pelvic floor dysfunction, right? It just doesn't work right because we've never used it properly. And then another idea that we have issues with is our diaphragm doesn't move, right? If you are in fight and flight, your diaphragm could be stuck inside your rib cage, which I used to loosen that up for people. I'd literally get in there underneath your rib cage with my hands and start to move that around. So think about that when you're breathing. If you're really having trouble with it, go around the front of your rib cage. Start low on the sides and literally stick your hands up underneath and just wiggle gently back and forth. You'll find places where it'll hurt. If it's stuck, it'll hurt really bad. Just gentle, 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 gentle until it gets a little less painful. Come all the way around towards the front. Get underneath there, that little bone that moves in and out, right? That can be stuck, right? There's points of your diaphragm that literally attach to your rib cage. And if it's not moving properly, you're not going to breathe properly. I hope that was helpful. I do have a background in physiology and how some of this stuff actually works, even though I don't always do it right. We're getting it right. That's all I can say right now, right? We're getting it right finally. I hope that blesses you. I hope it helps. Please like this video. Stop right now and just click the like button. If you learned something, if you got something new from it, if it's something you can turn around and teach to somebody else, you'll learn it even better. Do all that stuff. Do all that stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. I greatly appreciate that. And I will be talking to you again soon. Thanks.